Hi everyone and welcome back to some more MotoGP 20 here on this channel. This is part number 33 of my career walkthrough. Now in today's episode we head to Silverstone and this is my home GP and this is definitely one I don't want to lose. Let's have a look at the weather. Oh, you are awesome MotoGP 20. Awesome weather. Let's get straight into this. This is one I'm going to battle right to the end to win. And that's not a bad final bend. Let's see if we can hit the threshold of a 206.2. I'm pretty sure we can do that. And we do a 204.3. So we need one more lap for this development test. So this is a good start to the session. Now this session's actually quite cloudy, but I think the qualifying session is in the sunshine, so the times will get quicker. But I definitely want to be at the front of the grid. This is an important one. This is one of the most difficult GP circuits on the tour, so I think this race today is going to be very, very tough, and that is decent at sector 1. We're 0.3 up. Let's see if we can just push a little bit harder, and I think I'm going to go with different compound tyres today. I have watched a few videos of other people doing their careers, and some have gone with medium, so I'm debating whether to go with those two. I will see once I've done all the tests. But this definitely may be a race that I'm not going to go with the hards. Let's just keep it steady through there. Let's see if we can latch onto this rider in front and just push a little bit harder on this lap. Right onto the apex there. That's nicely done. And I'm using the same setup that I used in Bruno. And this seems to work. Really, really liking the new fix though. The bike is so much better through the corners. Oh god, we just overshot that corner. That's my fault for just braking a little bit late. As long as we set up for this left-hander, and we should be able to get a bit of slipstream here. And are we going to be up at sector 3? Oh no, only just. But this is still early on in the session. The times are just going to get quicker and quicker. But we should hopefully get in the 203s by the end of the session. Hard on the brakes. And just keep it steady through these corners. Let's go a bit wider. We don't want to run into that rider. And slowly open the throttle. Gently does it. And that's much better. Get a little bit of slipstream to the line. I'm not sure whether this time's going to be any quicker. But that's the development test over. Oh, damn, I just ran into someone. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. So that is the end of the free practice, and we weren't the fastest in that session, so I think we were 5th fastest, 0.2 off the fastest time set by Thomas Luthi. We're definitely going to have to up our level in the qualifying because it's going to get a little bit warmer and the times are going to get quicker. Right, time to put in our qualifying lap. The sun is out and I'm determined to get to the front row, so we're going to have to push hard here. Let's get a good start to this lap. Ooh, right onto the curb there. Let's see if we can just keep a nice line through this section. And that's nicely done. Carry the speed. Keep those lines as tight as possible. And that's nicely done. Can we be up? Oh, nicely done up sector 1. I don't think many riders have put in times because we've come out early. And after all the development tests, I'm going to make a decision. I'm going to go with a medium front and a hard rear for the race. It's going to be a 6-lap race, and I'm waiting to see what the other rider's going to go for, but I think that's going to be, after the development test, that's what I feel will be the best option, because the rear does wear away quite quickly. The front wasn't too bad. Oh god, just very smooth through there. Still up at sector 2. Let's see if we can set the standard. Get nice and tight here. Oh god, we just overrun it slightly. As long as we can have a smooth line through these next corners. These are the ones that I'm a little bit concerned about. I've seen a lot of crashes on these 2 corners so far in this well, mainly in the free practice. But yeah, a lot of people have been bumped off on that corner. Let's keep this line tight. Oh, we're 0.2 down. Let's see if we can push it on the last sector. We need these lines really tight through these next couple of corners. Right, to get it tight in. Oh, we're just slightly overshot. I want to be a little bit closer. Right, get tight in here. And slowly just feed the power on. And, oh, just a little bit of hesitation, but that should be okay. And to the line, what's our first lap going to be? And, oh, that wasn't too bad. Damn, we're actually 0.3 down at sector 3, and this is our last opportunity. At the moment, we're sitting in P4, but Luti, the fastest person out on circuit, is actually in front of us. Can we just latch onto him on this final couple of corners? Can we just push it here to see if we can get a faster time? Because at the moment, we're not going to be on the front. No, I've done it. I've ruined it. So there you go. Right, so that is the end of the session, so we didn't manage to get on the front row, so we're going to be on the second row, but look at the top 5 times. How close is that? This race is going to be bloody awesome.
Hello everyone, we're joining you live from Silverstone. Everything here is ready now for what should be another thrilling Moto2 race. As you can tell from the footage, we're broadcasting from the track. We're looking forward to great weather for the race. For the Moto2 riders,
right, so here we go with today's race, our home Grand Prix around the Silverstone circuit, and we're going to go with a medium front tyre and a hard rear. Hopefully this is the right combination to go with. Let's have a look what everyone else is on. So Luti's on a soft, Della Porta medium, Schrotter medium soft. So they're on much softer compounds. Hopefully we have got the right ones, but we're going to find out very, very soon. So see if we can get a good start around our home GP circuit. Right, let's see if we can get a decent start. Try and keep the power down, and it's all go in front of the home crowd. Can we get a good start? And that is not too bad. Managed to get a good drive into that first corner. We managed to get up to P3, so that overall wasn't a bad start behind Della Porta. And Luti's got away pretty quickly, but can we get into the chicane, which is quite a good strong point for us through the chicane. And it's going to take a little bit longer to scrub in these tyres than the softer compounds, so we're going to have to start off really, really well as we go through those corners. And that is a really good start, and we just managed to put away ahead of Luti. So I'm really happy with that start in front of the home crowd as we go down the straights. And we need to be very, very strong in these next couple of corners, as we weren't the quickest out on circuit in the qualifying, as we know. So there is going to be some riders really testing us today in front of the home crowd, and that's not too bad through that section. Right, hard on the brakes. Let's be careful because the tyres are not going to be as grippy early on. And that's not onto the curb. That's all right. I will take that. And into this corner. And that's not too bad. And we have got, who have we got behind us? Oh, I think we've got Baldassari. Baldassari from the second row has moved forward to the front as well. So we've got Baldassari trying to push hard here. So let's just try and hold him at bay as we go into these corners. And he's coming in close as he's tried to dive into that corner and into this one as we go in. And Baldassari's getting in the inside, forcing us out wide. And Baldassari is through. What a move by Baldassari as we try and just drive out that corner, but we should be able to get a bit of slipstream off Baldassari. And what a strong start, and we should slipstream him here into this corner. Let's try and be good on the brakes, and we just overshot it slightly as Baldassari comes back through, and he is being very strong here, but we've managed just to switch back through and hold him off as we try and just drive out this corner. And what a strong start by Baldassari here as we hold him off into the the last corner of the first lap as we go into lap 2. What a strong start, and we've managed to hold on to it. And we've got Schrotter not far behind as well, as a little group has just broke away from the main group. So we've got about 3 or 4 riders not far behind us, and it looks like we're going to be under pressure from the start, and I knew this was going to happen as we go through the chicane, trying to hold the speed. Let's be careful. It's going to take probably another lap to feel comfortable on these tyres, as we just can't put the power down like we would like, as we did on the softs in the qualifying. And that's not too bad through there. We've just managed to pull away, but Baldassari's not far behind. We've got Schrotter behind him, and I don't know who else. Well, I don't know what's happened to Luti. Oh, Luti is in 4th, so he's not far behind. He was the fastest in qualifying, and he is the one we've got to be very aware of if he starts setting a decent pace, as we just still hold on to the lead here in lap 2 as we go into the chicane. Let's try and be better on the brakes this time, and that's not too bad as we try and drive out that corner. Still not feeling 100% confident on this hard tyre at the rear, as Baldassarre's got through there really quickly, and he is pressuring very early on here as we just try and... Oh, we made a mistake, got a little bit tight into that corner. Oh, we don't want to be doing that as Baldassarre gets past and is taking advantage, and we got Schrotter behind us as well. I can hear 2 bikes as we go on the outside here. And just try and be careful here as we just power out a little bit too early as we get into this corner, and we go side by side into that corner, and we've just done the same to Baldassarre as he did, and we got Schrotter coming around the corner as well. So we've got 2 riders really pushing hard here as we just try and put the power down onto the curb, and we're under so much pressure, and it looks like there's a 3rd bike behind us. There's literally a 4-way battle going on here early on, and I was really worried this was going to happen, and we're not going to win this without an epic battle. So that's try and hold it into this turn, but all I can say is bring it on as... Oh, Sam Lowes has just moved up to P7, another fellow Brit pushing hard here to try and impress the home crowd as we go into the 3rd lap with Baldassarre, Schrotter, Gardner, and Marini's up there as well. As Marini's just put in the fastest lap, so we've got our teammates in the top 5 pushing hard, and we've got to be very strong here. Looking at that front tyre, it's looking okay at the moment after 2 laps, because we've got to have to manage it well. I was really worried about going with a medium front, but seeing the fact that the other riders were on softer compounds, surely we can manage that tyre as we just struggle to put the power down. We've just managed to pull away 0.7. We always have a strong chicane there, and it always gives us a chance to edge away as we go along the straight in power 2, and that's back off the power 2 because we don't want to really chew these tyres up early. We want to get to the end of the race as we just take a little bit of a wider line there. You've got to be careful on that corner. The AI do run that really tight, so be careful you don't get run off there, and that's just out of experience. Right into this chicane, and we've just overshot it. Ooh, just got away with that one with Baldassarre not far behind as we're really trying to hold on to this lead here. And that's not too bad, but Schrotter's taken 2nd place, so Schrotter's the one that's going to be doing the pressurising. Right, let's not make the same mistake on that corner, and that's not too bad through there. Just trying to keep those lines tight as we go back into these slow corners. Are we going to be attacked again? We know the AI get really tight into these corners as, flipping out, it's Marini. Marini was trying to overtake us on the outside as we try and take a nice line through there, still trying to put the power down, and it literally is a 4-way battle. Just look behind, there's 3 bikes as Schrotter's coming round the inside, and we got 2 bikes sitting behind us. Oh my god, this is an unbelievable battle here around the Silverstone circuit as we just try and dive into this corner, and we're taking a little bit wider as Marini's taking the lead. What a move by Luca Marini. He's literally overtaken Schrotter and me in the last 2 corners of the 3rd lap as I'm trying to hold off Schrotter as he's trying to squeeze through, just trying to put the power down, and Marini is leading here in front of my home crowd. This is not what I wanted, but it's another Sky Racing Team 1-2, and it looks like it's another battle between me and Luca. He really is starting to annoy me now. He is just putting these performances in the race when he doesn't really qualify the fastest as we go into that chicane. Let's try and take him on that side and try and take a tighter line. We're really putting him under pressure. This is a strong point for us as we're trying to put the power down, and can we get past him? And yes, we should be able to go side by side with him, but he's got the inside line here. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a wider line because I know he's going to take an inside line into this turn. Like I said on the previous lap, let's try and be clever here. And hold it, and there you go. Knew that was going to happen. Again, learning from previous mistakes on that corner. Right, hard on the brakes, and Fabio's gone down. There's been a crash. Fabio crashes every single bloody race. What the hell, Fabio? Right, hold it nice and tight into that corner, trying to put the power down, trying to just fend off Marini, but I just don't have the pace. Right, let's try and get a bit of slipstream into this next right-hander. Let's see if we can hold him off into this corner. Hold it. And I think Marini just hesitated there, and he's just backed off slightly as we just managed to get away. But he's probably going to try and attack us again on this slow corner. So let's just try and be careful. Take that one nice and gentle into this left-hander. Looking at the tyres, the front side of the front tyre is starting to disappear, and we're on lap 4, so we still got a couple of laps to go as Schrotter gets a good drive through that corner. Wow, what a nice move by Schrotter, but he's just backed off because he knows he's on the outside coming into this corner. It's not the place you want to be. You want to be in the inside so you can hold those tight lines, as I'm trying to do, to force him on the outside. And this has been, well, it has been one of the hardest races so far in this career, one of the hardest circuits to race around as well. And we are being pressurised from the start, and it may go on right to the finish as Marini is still in second, Schrotter in third, and Baldassari and Sam Lowe's up to fifth. Come on, Sam, get into the top three as well if you can push hard enough. And let's just see if we can get through the chicane. We need to get some distance between us and the rider behind as we take that chicane at a decent pace. And we've got to be careful because that right side of the front tyre is starting to disappear, and we don't want to lose too much tyre wear going into the final stages because we are struggling to keep these riders at bay. They're definitely quicker through the slower corners, and I definitely think we need another frame upgrade just to get that bike tighter in the corners and be a little bit quicker through. So we're definitely going to be looking at that in the next race to try and get that upgrade done. Right, hard on the brakes, into the chicane. Let's try and be very smooth and manage this bike as best we can. And again, nice tight line, that will do. And let's have a look. And Marini is still hanging on to us. He's not going to give up, and you know at some point he is going to come out on top. I've been beating him literally on the last corners, the last laps, for the last God knows how many races. He's not going to give up until he wins a race. And if he could do it in front of my home crowd, he would take that as a trophy in itself. So let's try and stop him from achieving that as we try and get into that turn as tight as possible. We've got to keep these lines as tight. Through here, onto the curb, looking at that front tyre on the right side. It is starting to look very, very low as we come towards the end of the fifth lap, and we've got one more lap to go. We've still got three bikes. Really, really try to push. Who is going to come out on top? Who's going to be the 1, 2, 3 around the Silverstone circuit? This has been the closest race so far as we try and hold another tight line. Really struggling to put the power down now, and we've got to manage the fuel as best we can in power 2. I don't think we can push it too hard because I don't think that front tyre it will last as we go into the final lap of the race with Marini still in second, Schrotter in third, Baldassari in fourth, and Sam Lowe's still in fifth and pushing extremely hard. This is going to be a very, very good ending. We need to keep this up as we go through this section. As, oh, Fabio's just put in a 204.0. Considering he's crashed and he is the fastest out on circuit, I can never work that out, but there you go. Right, let's see if we can just edge away on the straights. Let's try and keep the line a little bit tighter into this corner. We need a good fast lap here. Try and manage that right side of the tyre as well. Let's not push it too hard. Gentle as we go around there. And accelerate and into this chicane. This is one that's going to be very difficult as we turn onto that front right side of the tyre. As we turn over here, be very, very smooth. And again, on that side of the tyre, again, don't want to be touching the curb through there. That is okay. And again, we're going to have to be on the right side, so we're going to have to be careful. And we've just pulled away slightly from Marini. Is he going to attack us on the last couple of corners? I think he might. He's not close enough to attack us here. So this is the one section I was worried about coming into the final stages, as Marini and Schrotter are still battling hard behind. Them two are fighting over that second place as I just get through that corner relatively okay. Just really struggling to put the power down, and the back tyre is not feeling that great. And we are so close. We can't muck it up here. You saw that I crashed on this section in the qualifying. I can't afford to do it here. And we had more grip in the qualifying than we do now as we just... Be careful, that didn't feel good. Gentle, gentle, gentle. And slowly open the throttle as we're going to win in front of the home crowd. But we got Schrotter right behind us as he's had a really good corner there. And he's overtaken Luca Marini into the line. And we win in front of the home crowd. What a race. And I think Marcel Schrotter was in second ahead of my teammate. No, Baldassari. Baldassari came third. Sam Lowe's fourth. Oh, well done, Sam Lowe's, with Luca in fifth. What an unbelievable race. That was absolutely brilliant. Right, let's have a look at some of the replays. Right, let's have a look at the start of the race, and this was a brilliant start. From the second row, managed to put the power down again with the anti-wheelie fixed, managed to get into third behind Della Porta, got a good drive around that turn, and managed to take Luti in the chicane, which has always been a strong point for me. Taking those corners much quicker than anyone else, and just gave me that edge onto the straight, and that set the race up. But what a battle it was throughout the race. Right, so here we are on board when Baldassarri started to push really hard, and he made some magnificent overtakes. He goes into this corner really tight, showing his intentions to get past, and this was a brilliant overtake. Yes, he made contact, he did force me out, but it was a good overtake, and he gets another good drive around this corner, and he was showing his intent that he really wanted to win this race. But luckily I managed to get a decent drive, get his slipstream, and I knew I had to get in the inside into this corner. This is a tough corner for me, but again, Baldassarri, his lines were much tighter. He gets a nice drive through that corner, retakes the lead, but again, I had to be very strong, and I had to be like this at the start. I had to show no mercy and show that I was really up for the fight. Right, so this is where I make a mistake. I take this corner a little bit too tight, and Baldassarri jumps on that mistake straight away with Schrotter not far behind. Gets a nice line through that corner. He forces me on the outside, and I had to do exactly the same what Baldassarri did to me and take a nice line into this corner. Really struggling to put the power down there. Just sneak through with minimal contact. Really struggling to get the grip. We had Schrotter and Baldassarri sliding into this corner. Look, all three of us really struggling to get the grip, but luckily I managed to come out on top in that battle. Right, so this is where the battle started to really heat up. There was 4 bikes fighting over positions, and this time it was my teammate Luca Marini that really started to put me under pressure. And he was pushing so hard. We had Schrotter going side by side with Luca Marini in this corner, and we had Baldassarri not far behind, but Schrotter takes an inside line here. I was worried about turning into this corner, but I just managed to edge away, turn into this corner. But look at the move by my teammate. He overtakes 2 of us in that corner. And this is where Luca Marini takes the lead of the GP. We had Schrotter in the inside still battling hard, and I knew I couldn't drop another position, and I was really struggling to stay pace with my teammate. Right, so here is where I retake the lead from my teammate. A nice move through that chicane where I said from the start I was very, very strong. Going into this corner, I knew taking a wider line was the best option because he was a little bit quicker in the inside. So I take a wider line, I let him go through, and he comes through at pace. And again, minimal contact as we just go side by side there and into the chicane. Again, he was quicker in the chicane, and I just had to let him take that line. Just stay with him as long as I could, but I get an awesome drive through this corner. This is where I managed to get through, almost losing the rear, just pushing as much as I can, get a little bit of slipstream off him into the next turn, and I knew I couldn't make a mistake here, so I take the inside line, and I have a nice line coming into this corner, but he just hesitates and just goes a little bit wider, just drops down, but that was a good overtake. So that is the end of the race, guys. So let's have a look at the standings. So Marcel Schrotter gets second, Baldassarri third, Sam Lowe's up to fourth, which is brilliant, fellow Brit, and Luca Marini in fifth. We've got Marco down in 12th, so not a good result for him. And the fastest rider in that race was, I think, Fabio. Yeah, Fabio. He had the fastest lap of the race, although he crashed. But look, we're starting to pull away. Luca Marini's just pulled away slightly from Baldassarri, and Nakashima has actually moved up a place ahead of Marco, so there is a little bit of change below us. We're still ahead in the team championship, but what a race today, guys. When I raced Mugello, most of you guys said, oh, that was unbelievable, and you wouldn't be able to top that. Then we had that race around Bruno, and well, you said you couldn't top that. I think this one topped that. A 4-way battle from start to finish. It was unbelievable. Really enjoyed that. And it's making me feel that I don't actually want to go up to MotoGP. I'm enjoying the Moto2 season so much with this team. And we just go from strength to strength. I mean, in the next race, we head to San Marino. And this is one of my favourite circuits. Not that I'm the fastest round it, but it is one of my favourite circuits. I absolutely love San Marino, so I'm looking forward to that one, and hopefully we can get some decent weather there, because if it rains around there, that can always be a bit of a ball ache. because it has a lot of corners that you take at speed and you're on the curbs, so when it's wet it causes a lot of crashes, as you will see. But that is the end of the episode, guys. I think once again it's been very, very entertaining. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, share the video, because that is so important on all your social media, because as a small channel it's the only way I get my videos out there. So in the next episode we head to San Marino for Misano, and I hope you enjoy that as well. So I will see you very, very soon, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.